Have you ever noticed something strange?
On Monday morning, you're full of energy. You promise yourself, this time everything will be different. You write down your goals. You clean your desk. You watch a motivational video. You even imagine the person you're about to become. And for a while it works. You wake up early. You exercise. You study harder. You avoid distractions. Then a few days later something changes. The excitement fades. The alarm rings, but you hit snooze. The gym can wait until tomorrow. The book stays closed. The dream that felt so real just a few days ago slowly slips into the background. What happened? Did you become lazy? Did you suddenly stop caring about your future? Or is there something about motivation that nobody ever told you? For years we've been taught to chase motivation. People tell us to watch inspiring videos, read powerful quotes, and wait for that magical feeling that makes hard work seem easy. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Motivation is a feeling. And feelings were never designed to last forever. Think about it. You don't stay happy every second of every day. You don't stay angry forever. You don't stay excited forever. So why do we expect motivation to stay with us? The biggest mistake most people make is believing they need to feel ready before they take action. They wait for the perfect mood. The perfect Monday. The perfect New Year. The perfect opportunity. And while they're waiting, life quietly moves on without them. Meanwhile, the people they admire seem unstoppable, not because they wake up inspired every morning, but because they've learned something most people never do. They stopped relying on motivation. They built something much stronger. Discipline. At first, discipline sounds boring. It doesn't give you an emotional high. It doesn't make you feel unstoppable. In fact, most days discipline feels ordinary. It's waking up when you don't want to, opening the book when you'd rather scroll your phone, taking one more step when every part of you wants to quit. And that's exactly why it works. Because discipline isn't based on how you feel. It's based on what you decide. The truth is, your future isn't built on your best days. It's built on the days when you feel tired, distracted, frustrated, and still choose to keep going. Anyone can work hard when they're motivated. The real question is, who are you when motivation disappears? Because eventually, it always does. Here's something most people never realize. Your brain isn't designed to help you achieve your dreams. It's designed to keep you comfortable. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors weren't worried about building businesses, getting perfect grades, or becoming the best version of themselves. Their biggest goal was survival. Every decision their brain made was focused on one question. How can I save energy and stay alive? That ancient programming still exists inside you today. It's the reason your bed feels warmer in the morning than your goals. It's why scrolling through social media feels easier than reading a difficult book. It's why your brain constantly searches for the fastest reward with the least amount of effort. This isn't because you're weak. It's because your brain loves comfort. Motivation works because it creates an emotional rush. You watch an inspiring video, hear an incredible speech, or imagine a better future. Your brain releases dopamine and suddenly you feel unstoppable. But there's one problem. Dopamine was never meant to keep you working forever. It gives you the spark, not the fire. And when that spark disappears, most people mistake it for failure. They think, maybe I'm just not disciplined enough. No. They simply built their progress on emotion instead of systems. Look at the people you admire. Elite athletes don't wake up every morning excited to train. Successful entrepreneurs don't feel inspired every single day. Authors don't wait until they feel creative before they write. They show up anyway, because they understand a secret that most people ignore. Action creates motivation far more often than motivation creates action. Think about the last time you didn't feel like exercising. The hardest part wasn't the workout. It was putting on your shoes. The hardest part of studying isn't opening the textbook. It's sitting down at the desk. Once you begin, something interesting happens. Your mind starts to catch up with your actions. Momentum replaces hesitation. What felt impossible 5 minutes ago suddenly feels manageable. That's the quiet power of discipline. Discipline doesn't ask, how do I feel today? It asks only one question: what needs to be done? That's why disciplined people appear so consistent, not because they have stronger willpower than everyone else, but because they've removed emotion from the decision. Going to the gym isn't a debate. Reading isn't optional. Working on their goals isn't something they negotiate with themselves. It's simply part of who they are. And that's the biggest difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation depends on your mood. Discipline depends on your identity. When your identity changes, your actions follow naturally. You no longer say, I should work out. You say, I'm someone who trains. You no longer say, I need to read more. You say, I'm someone who learns every day. The moment your habits become part of your identity, discipline stops feeling like punishment. It becomes your lifestyle, and that's the moment everything begins to change. So if motivation isn't the answer, what is? The answer is surprisingly simple. Stop waiting to feel ready. The truth is, you'll never always feel motivated. There will be mornings when you're tired, days when nothing seems to go your way, moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. Those are the moments that shape your future. Every time you choose action over excuses, you're teaching your brain something powerful. You're proving that your decisions matter more than your emotions. And slowly, almost without noticing, discipline becomes part of who you are. Remember this: successful people aren't successful because they never struggle. They're successful because they keep showing up even when the excitement is gone. They understand that consistency beats intensity. One small action today is worth more than 100 perfect plans that never leave your notebook. So don't chase motivation. Build habits. Build routines. Build a version of yourself that keeps moving forward even on the difficult days. Because in the end, your life won't be defined by the moments you felt inspired. It will be defined by the moments you chose to continue when nobody was watching. And maybe that's what discipline really is. Not perfection. Not endless willpower. Just the quiet decision to keep going. Again. And again. And again. Because one day you'll look back and realize the life you dreamed about wasn't built by motivation. It was built by discipline. Fade to black. Discipline isn't something you find. It's something you become. This is Discipline Code.